that painful?
Oh, really?
Woo, look at that ugly hair.
$200 painful.
Yeah.
But it don't hurt?
No.
All right, hey, we're back. It's the morning grind. It's Monday. Do you know what Monday is?
I'm gonna sit here.
Ginger, put on that hat. Put on that hat to get it festive up in here.
I
I've got.
50. I'm not 50.
Hey, I've got to manufacture some energy today. You know what that means, Cousin Charlie? I'm running low on my energy. And Kathleen has done, you know what she did?
I shut him
did?
down.
She shut me down.
I think we have a video. Maybe we need to replay.
She done shut me down. Tommy, Santel, Paul, Jack. I appreciate everybody getting on here. Brittany, Renee. Belinda, what's up?
Look at him. Look good.
Hey, we got a full house in here. We got all our peeps up there. How you doing, Tommy Santel?
Behind the scenes.
Ooh.
Hey, I apologize about my hair. We did a poll over the weekend, and Tommy Santel has better hair.
Hang on.
Can you believe that?
I feel like I need my seat back.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like I need my seat back.
That's what happens. You get in this seat and you feel good. Is
Good.
everybody feeling
like
good
crack.
this morning? The weatherman, he filled in and did an admirable. Is that how you
Hey,
say it?
Charlie.
Cousin Charlie filled in, did a great job.
Welcome.
Everybody did a great job. Blake, I'm glad to be back. Excuse me, what we're talking about. Does anybody know what we're talking about this morning?
Not a clue.
Whenever I go off somewhere, I usually bring things back with me. And I'm always looking for something to make me see the bigger picture. And I was laying around and I was thinking one day. Well, I think a lot. You know, whenever we go, if I'm driving down the road, I don't talk. I'm just sitting there thinking. I'm usually always thinking ahead into the future. I don't think much about now. I'm always usually thinking ahead. And Greg Crane, welcome back. The Dream Team did great last week. I know. I watched them. I called in quite a bit, didn't I?
You did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like to call in. I like to.
David Ross.
I like to check in. But I was thinking about how we live in a world today where we can get access to things so quickly. The computer, Dr. Morgan, was shaking. The computer has changed the way we think, the way we operate, and it's also put us in a position where we want things immediate. And whenever you're Googling and whenever you're Michael Nass, what's up, man? Whenever you're Googling and you want information, that's one thing. But what about in life? We're going to talk about life and business. In life, I'm fat. I was down there in Florida. I'm like, man, if I can't go ahead and just lose 30, I can't just lose 30 pounds right now, I don't want to do it.
He's back.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? We want things immediately, just like whenever we go onto Google and we type it in. Hey, what is X? And you get that information.
You know what I want immediately?
What? What? My seat? Weatherman wants to come back. Bill Last was shaking.
No, I just think that's it.
But too often, there's things out there that we really want, and the things that you really, really, really want take a lot of time to get. So most of us have lost our patience to build things. There's a bill, we got hashtag 100 to 200 somewhere back here. So whenever I'm not getting to 200, I immediately get frustrated. But life, so I heard Matt Monero say this one time in one of Bert's classes. We go to these thresholds. And once you get to a threshold, you figure out how to get to that threshold. And then there comes another threshold in your life. Well, see, during this time period, you're building something. You're building something bigger. We don't normally go from point A to that goal, or from where we are presently to that huge dominant focus that we have. We don't just flip the page and we're there. We go there, we have setbacks. We go to another level, we have setbacks. It's a very, very frustrating. It's very frustrating to get there, cousin. Have you felt any frustration this year?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what we've got to learn how to do, patient. Blake Duncan, he's.
Hey,
Duncan.
before he
Duncan
gets in
is
there,
on here
so
too.
we had a.
Good morning.
You going somewhere with a man?
No, me and Charlie had on, and Ginger was on a spiritual kick last week. So one of the things I think that people don't reach their potential is, and this is only, and I'm not, if you're not strong in the faith, it's fine. And I'm not super strong, but it says, ask and believe. So you already have to see 200.
Right.
The problem is most people can't believe that they can get there. There's something still stopping the reason we're not 200 this year. We can use the market, we can use the rain, we can use any excuse in the book we want, but really when it comes down into it, we really didn't believe that we would get there this year.
Ooh, Derek, I want to thank you, buddy. You're exactly right, but what happens is the longer it takes to get to that, we lose faith so easily.
Yes.
People lose belief almost. I mean, as soon as they start, and I'm a fast start. That means I like to start something, and I'm done. I mean, it's hard for me to go from, hey, we got John C. Jones in here.
Oh, good morning.
You're hell out of the gates.
Hell out. A fast start, we get to from 0 to 75 or 80%, and then we want to give up. Bill Shaw doesn't look like any hair product today. I did put some, but I put a lot of it on the sides because I'm getting all puffy. I'm trying to get them sides
I'll
now.
work with you. I'll work with you.
I can show you the right camera.
I'll work with you.
What are you doing in here, big guy?
Just gonna say hi. Missed you.
Oh, that's so
Hey,
sweet.
big guy, I see you missed me right here. Derek Gowan, I think you're on here. We just gave you a big shout out. I appreciate you, buddy.
We missed the
Hey,
big guy breakfast this
where
morning.
were you this morning? I saw.
I was putting in my 30 miles now.
Look how skinny he is. Oh my
Just riding
gosh.
30.
Just right 30.
I was
Because
seeing,
you're
I was
doing
seeing
it.
you riding with the
Tour de France has got me
mayor.
fired
Hey, we might need your help with the mayor. Can you get us some pull with the mayor?
Hey, the mayor cut out early on me this morning.
Uh-oh.
He must have had a big appointment.
Man,
Him and his the dynamic duo, his twin, they had to cut the ride short.
oh,
Let's ask you a question, big guy, John C. Jones. In building in life and in business, was there ever something that you were building towards? Do you ever remember having a dominant focus of wanting to get to something?
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
What?
I remember wanting to just be number one.
How long did you want to be number one before you're number one?
Probably, 5 years or so.
So how long were you number one? And what he's talking about is being number one agent in Rutherford County.
a
How
long
long?
freaking time because we was number
Yeah.
2
Yeah, you were number one.
till he left.
Well, he did until he left and came over here and everybody put the
I've been
wrong
number one.
94, probably.
No,
95.
94 is when I started.
Yeah. Hey.
Probably didn't hit around there till 2000-ish, maybe 2001, 2. Probably 2002 for the county.
Wow. That's awesome.
3 maybe, right in there.
What was it like when you weren't hitting those? How did you deal with those setbacks not getting there?
I would obviously, I'd be disappointed, but I just try to look for ways to get there. Try not to be too focused on other people and more focused on me. Now my reasoning wasn't great, to be honest, in my opinion, but at the end of the day, as far as whatever you're going for is, don't get caught up. You got to know what the competition's doing. Sometimes you can learn from them, but try to get out of judgment and get into curiosity with your competition. In other words, I think a lot of times we look at our competition and we judge them like, oh well, he's doing this, he's doing that. Oh, she's lying to everybody. That whatever we do to make ourselves feel better about our inadequacies.
Yeah.
But instead of that, maybe go, what's Courtney doing? What's she doing different? I wonder if those commercials are really working that well. Do I need to do those? Stuff like that.
Well, what would you tell people that are not reaching where they want to and they're having these little setbacks?
Bradley's on.
Bradley, the coolest guy I know.
Setbacks are usually your best. It's hard to know it at the time, but setbacks are usually the things that, if I look back on it, setbacks are where I got the most growth because they present opportunities to grow. So just education, that it's like another step in the, PhD of whatever your career is that, setback perhaps. Like the recession, worst time of my life. Like, no sleep, fetal position. You'd find me in my master closet in a fetal position.
What was your number one takeaway from the recession?
That I'm not as smart as I thought I was. That you always got to be looking at the market, watching the trends, because the trends were there before it showed up, but we didn't know it.
Are they there now?
Too early to tell. There's a couple of trends that I'm looking at, but I don't know that it's enough to pull the plug on anything. Learned a lot about banks and how they operate. I really did.
It's
I learned.
very powerful for what you do.
Yeah, I mean, they don't tell you a lot of the stuff when you're signing up, you know.
What
It's
does
in
he
the
mean
fine
by
print.
slingshots are like setbacks?
Huh?
Bradley said slingshots are like setbacks.
Oh, I thought he was referring to your automobile, but maybe not.
Slingshots, yeah, probably.
But I guess
Not
you wouldn't have known as much about the banks you know now if you wouldn't have went through that. It's
No,
probably
man, it made me a better
great.
man. I need to get
Pull them back
humbled.
to
I needed
shoot
a lot of
forward.
stuff. Plus,
You gotta
this
pull
next-
back.
I learned how much your past clients are important.
Oh,
Because during a recession, you're gonna get your business like new construction is gone.
Yeah.
You gotta focus on the relationships.
Bradley says you
That's
gotta
where your
pull
business is
them
gonna
back
happen.
to shoot forward.
And I think that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
We're pulling back, but
Yeah.
Right. And then shoot forward. Yes.
we're hitting every obstacle we can possibly get this
Do you
year.
feel like we'll ever be as bad as we was in the worst part? I mean,
I've learned to never say never, but
Correct.
I think it's highly unlikely just because, I mean, America went back. I mean, it was.
What's up,
The
girl?
loans were built on nothing. They were built on
Tyrone
people- it was
Dukes is on
bullshit.
here.
Yeah.
What's up, Tyrone?
It's like
How long have we been
people were
going?
owning 7 houses, you know,
Yeah.
investment properties. you
Yeah.
know.
11 minutes?
11 minutes.
It's
Hey, but when Brad Lee gets on here, hey, the coolest guy.
Everyone's
Brad Lee.
Bad Brad
He's up
Lee.
early out there in Vegas.
He is up early. Are you in the gym, Bradley? What are you doing?
Morning, Colin.
He's just coming in off a good run on that blackjack out there.
All right, guys. Hey, I just got back into town. I got to go get a haircut. We got a lot of things lined up, but this was a great topic that Matt Monero. Were you in there that day? Matt Monero was talking about these thresholds that you have in your life. You get to this one obstacle, you figure that obstacle out, then it allows you, as Bradley, slingshot to another obstacle. Then you're going to hit another problem in your life, and then you're going to figure it out, or you don't figure this stuff out. Some people don't. Some people get to these problems and they fall back.
Yeah.
They give up. They quit. Garrett Smith, what's up, man?
Well, you always got to talk to people. You always got to ask for help. You always got to surround yourself by people that's willing to be there in the good times and the bad times. And so there's a very powerful point about having true investment in people. What I mean by that, no matter if you're worth $1 million or you owe $100,000, that person's still going to be in your life regardless. And so what happens is, a lot of times when you start losing things and don't meet things, you see people fall off. And it's not a real investment in you. So what I've noticed about you is that you're invested in people. And so what will happen is those investments will pay off in the time in the future. And that to me is probably more powerful than anything.
Absolutely.
Heather White was shaking. I am back. I've been gone all week last week. I feel like I gained 48 pounds. Get around those that make you want to be and do better. That's right, Hunter McDonald. Hey, you could be over here. You could be buddies with Brad Lee.
Where's Blake Duncan? That's a great topic.
Hey, Brad Lee took over. What was his last statement?
Oh, it was so good. Hard times and setbacks are the universe's way of seeing who is worth success. Kind of what Stephen
Yeah.
was
Very
saying.
nice.
Chris
Really, it
O'Neill
comes
was
back
shaking.
to how are you going to shake this off and come back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's all about bounce back. It's always about bounce back.
Yeah.
And we've had a rough year.
But everybody, if you talk
Everybody,
everybody,
that's right.
you
Quit
know,
the
so,
woe. You're right. You're
you
right.
know, it's
you're right.
and
Wade,
it's
man.
not
I'm
really it's
over
not
here.
really a rough year. What it is different obstacles that we have to learn how to deal with. And so when the market was great, people just would buy houses and didn't have any money. Well, everybody knew eventually that was
Where are
going
those
to
people?
blow up.
Let's get them back.
So now we're in a market that is so emotionally involved. There's both sides. Everybody has a lot of emotion. We always talk about these emotional roller coasters, and then agents get emotional. And that's why the market is so hard. And so I think honing in on your craft and trying to, hey, we've had a hard year, and we are correcting some things that we should have done better.
Yep.
And, you know, those would have worked in the past, but now we have to do better at certain things, and that's honing in on your craft. Because it is emotional.
I like Blake Duncan. Your character will show up during adversity.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
agree.
that's very good. Yes. And Dr. Morgan said that it goes in cycles.
It does go in cycles. But like you said, it's just exposed me. I like what you're saying, Weatherman. I believe I've been exposed to things that I should have been doing. It's just kind of been that wake up call. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Be cool. Don't be a dick. Be cool, Bradley.
Yeah.
That's the best quote ever.
Is it?
That's what he told Nagy. Man, sell me that house for what you got in it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times it shows
What
up.
you paid for it.
It shows up whenever it has to come out of your
Right.
pocket. Come out of your pocket, or has to come out of owning up to it. So a lot of times we would much rather say, here, I just pay $1,000 instead of saying, look, man, I screwed
Yep.
up. I'm sorry.
And Marty usually never will fix the
It
thing.
won't.
Whenever you,
No, it
they
won't.
really want something, emotional that
Yeah.
that you're giving them.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys. Don't dwell in valleys. Don't over celebrate in peaks. That's right. Blake done. Hey, I got my Lucky Lees. People down there were fighting over them Lucky Lees this past week. I had them on.
Did you?
Now Brittany thinks she's got the best sunglasses. Ooh, Bradley, damn, he's going to take over. Him and Blake Duncan. Setbacks weed out the undeserving.
Maybe we need to have Bradley on
Yeah,
as
if it
a
quit.
morning grind
We could.
special.
Yeah.
Sit back. How many people quit football because it was too hard, they got hit too hard? How many people quit baseball because they got hit by a baseball?
We
Yeah.
were down
Not your
there.
son, 'cause you just-
One
Absolutely. I started hitting him
One
early.
one of Derek's top sales guys was down
Yeah.
there. He lived over in Green or somewhere in Spartanburg or somewhere in that area, and he was talking about how he had a 16-year-old come over and cut his yard one time, and his mama called and said, "Hey, he can't do it. He's not coming back."
See,
He was
I
telling
went
us-
to his house and said, hey, I don't want to talk to the mom. I want to talk to the son, and let me know why he can't do it. Because
Well, yeah.
you don't teach them anything.
But people do quit way too easy. Now. They
Yeah.
quit way too early, way too easy, and there just ain't enough mentally tough people. Hey, we got to get back. Hey, Bradley, thank you for getting on here, man. The coolest dude that's always in any
You ought
run.
to share it. It'd be real cool.
Hey, if you shared it, you would be real cool, Bradley.
Don't, hey, what would you tell him?
Don't be a dick. Be cool.
Share my post.
Share my stream, Bradley. Everybody, have a great day.
Monday.